Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Premier. You know, as these negotiations were progressing, the Premier and I obviously were talking all the time. And from time to time, we'd sit down over a cup of tea. And if you're not from here, you might be forgiven for thinking that a cup of tea is some kind of quaint, polite Newfoundland thing that we do. Well, you wouldn't know my mother's bridge club. Or how often arguments might see the odd flying cup or saucer. But while the Premier and I did have our firm disagreements at times, there was no shattered porcelain or even many raised voices. Just common courtesy, a keen ear, and mutual respect. Dwight, for you, Premier, the kettle is always on. Thank you. It's an incredible feeling to be here today. You know, we had a mauzy morning, a busy harbor. We're here in the Sheraton Ballroom, the place where the original accord was signed. It's tailor-made for this announcement here in St. John's. And make no mistake, to be part of the team that delivers a renewed Atlantic Accord to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador is an honor that we will never forget. It is an honor to join people here in this room. It is an honor to join people at home and deliver an agreement that affirms the deep partnership between the Government of Canada and the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador. And it is especially nice to do that on the 70th anniversary of Confederation, because this is how Confederation is meant to work. The Atlantic Accord binds the Government of Canada and the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador to a common purpose. It binds them to ensure that the people of this province are the principal beneficiaries of their offshore oil and gas. Now, we might differ in how we get there, but we do not differ on that goal, that Newfoundland and Labrador is the principal beneficiary of its offshore. Because of the Atlantic Accord, this province receives 100% of the royalties from its offshore oil and gas. 100%. The same as if it were on land. And your seven MPs, Nick, Churance, Goody, Yvonne, Ken, Scott, myself, we knew this was great, but we could do better. And the Prime Minister agreed. And the Prime Minister knew that the Government of Canada was well positioned to help this province in uncertain times. But we also knew, and the Premier also knew, that it was not our place to gamble with the future prosperity of this province. We knew that there was enough uncertainty, and we knew that too many politicians had played fast and loose with the public purse. We had to deliver. We had to deliver certainty, clarity, and predictability to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. And so, today, the Government of Canada is establishing a Hibernia dividend for the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. $2.5 billion. $2.5 billion of certain, clear, and predictable payments that run for the life of the Hibernia project, and that is until 2056. These funds will be clear and predictable in both timing and amount, and will enable the province to make sound and effective financial decisions. They provide a solid, guaranteed stream of revenue that can be used to provide for everyone who calls Newfoundland and Labrador home. This agreement is a solid step in the right direction, but I'll be frank. The Hibernia dividend on its own does not solve the economic realities facing our province. It's not a cure-all. As the inquiry deepens our collective understanding of Muskrat Falls, we're gaining a greater awareness of the scale and the scope of the issues that lay ahead of all of us. So on Friday, this Friday, the Minister of Finance will travel to St. John's to focus on rate mitigation for Newfoundland and Labrador. The Government of Canada will be expeditiously working with the province to examine the financial structure of the project so that the province can deliver rate mitigation. Because your 7 MPs and your 40 MHAs represent the same people. They're our families, our friends, our neighbors. We're ratepayers too. And we're keenly aware of what's coming down the wire. So make no mistake, we are meeting those challenges head on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report that the Atlantic Accord has been reviewed, and it is working. It is working for Newfoundland and Labrador, and it is working for Canada. The Accord is responsible for one of the highest provincial GDPs in the country, and it continues to act as a mechanism that allows the Government of Canada to assist this province on its path to prosperity. But the Accord works largely because we make it work. It works because level heads can come together and have a sensible discussion. This isn't about drama. You didn't elect us to put on a show. You elected us to do a job. You didn't elect us to pick fights. You elected us to solve problems. This is about delivering benefits to Newfoundlanders and Labradorians and to all Canadians. And today, on an important day, we have delivered. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.